It is 10:15 at night. It's October 19th. And I came back from Rhinebeck 2 hours ago. So I'm going to show you everything I got. I didn't splurge like I did when I went to Connecticut Sheep and Wool Fest. But I did get a lot of good yarn. So, first things first. Let's start with the yarn. Let's not start with the yarn actually. Let's start with little trinkets and goodies. Okay? So, I took a bus ride with a yarn store located in South Orange, New Jersey called the Local Yarn Store. And they gave us these wonderful goodie bags. It had candy in it and bag of popcorn chips and water so we wouldn't get thirsty. And look at this new notebook. Can y'all see? Look at that. Very pretty, very nice, and a cute pen too. So that was one little trinket that I got. Then someone on the bus, Maya Crafts. You're gonna see it backwards, but I'll put her info in the description. She gave us these stitch markers for everyone, and they're so cute. Look at them, very cute. Um, these are all business cards. Okay, then these cute little trinkets from someone that was walking around at the festival. Yard Goods Center from Yard Goods Yarns on Facebook. If you go to her page, you might see me in one of her pictures. Well, you will see me in one of her pictures because I saw me in one of her pictures. So, and of course, the program. You have to keep the program. I'm gonna scrapbook this, and I guess we'll go on to food. So, the concession stands, the lines were so long, like ridiculously long. I we got online at around 1 o'clock to get food, and we didn't get our food until 1:45. That's how long it was. I got hot dogs, French fries, chicken nuggets, and a soda. And then before we left, I got back on the concession stand line and got a cookie. Um, but while I was there was a vendor called Fin Sheep. I'll put their link in the description. Um, and they were selling chocolate. Now, I don't know what language this is, but I'm really excited to eat this chocolate. Okay? Look how thick it is. That's a thick boy. Look. Okay? So me and my mom are gonna devour that tomorrow. And I have to keep it in my room because if I put it out in the dining room, she gonna eat it without me and then we're gonna fight. And I don't want that to happen. And then I bought a $19 jar of 100% pure honey. This farm, I spoke to the man. He and his wife decided to start their farm because they were tired of eating processed meat. He was like, he watched how the production of mass produced meats is done, and he was disgusted by it. So he started his own farm with 6 sheep. His wife needed the fiber for her yarn, and he wanted the meat. So I don't know what their process is, but every part of the animal they use. They use the pelt. They use the meat. They use the. Do they use the horns? I'm gonna be lying if I no. That was somebody else that I saw the horns, but they use every part of the sheep. Like nothing goes to waste, and they make their own honey. I cannot wait to try it. If you have any tea suggestions, comment down below because I'm going to use every drop. Okay? Let's move on to the yarn because the books that I bought I'm going to save for last. So first, I'm going to go by, I only bought two yarn for two projects. The first I got from Beaterbrook Farm. This is 100% blue face luster. I don't know what the colorway is because it's not written on here. That's interesting. It's like a creamy yellow color. I want to say, now I actually would like to have a good camera. In front of me, it looks like a pale lemon. Like a buttery color. It's very nice. And then from the same vendor, this colorway is called Equilibrium, and it is merino wool and trilobal nylon. And as I said before, I am going to be making a houndstooth vest with these colors. It's going to be gorgeous. And then, last project. This yarn was the first yarn that I bought when I went. And I bought it because it was so unique, so very different from anything that I saw. We saw a lot of stuff at Rhinebeck. Let me just show you. The yarn will speak for itself. So it's by Cat Mountain Fibers, hand dyed in Colorado by Kimberly Perkins. Okay? Now, I'm going to have to review this yarn once I actually, cake it up. But there's different textures. I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can. Look at the different textures in the strands. Do you see that? I've never seen anything like it. Some of it is sparkly. Look at this. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be making with this. Tony Lipson's Carillon shawl. Tony Lipson's Carillon shawl. I'm going to be making with this. It is, let's see. It is baby alpaca, merino wool, Pima cotton, superwash merino wool, bamboo, nylon, superwash merino wool, what else? Stellina, tinsel, silk, and it's all blended and mixed in together. Each color section is something different, and I cannot wait to work with this. I'm kind of scared, I'm not gonna front, because there are parts like this that are really have a really big halo on it. So I am kind of scared. I'm not even gonna front. I'm scared, but I'm excited because it's so unique and it's so different. Love it. And when you go to Rhinebeck, there's a bookstore. Now, it's not a bookstore. It is, when you go there, anybody who has written a book about crochet or fiber arts is in that book section. Okay? There were some people that I saw there that I passed by their book not because I didn't want to get their book, I just didn't want to get it right there. A lot of the authors are Instagram, Facebook, YouTube famous. They were there signing their books. I had the pleasure of meeting Margaret Herbert, And if you know Margaret Herbert, you know she's one of the OGs. I got this. Says first time free from crochet. I've never seen a book like this before, so I'm really interested in making something from this book. If you look at the pattern, I'm gonna flip through real quick. Like, look at that. She showed you, like, she gives the graphs of how it's supposed to be shaped. Look how different all this is, right? I've never seen anything like it. I'm so excited to start with this book. And the last book that I got, oh, and I got it signed too. She signed it for me. Let me see. She signed it for me. My last purchase, my final purchase, it was literally my last purchase before I left, was the Tanzanian Crochet Handbook by the Toni Lipson. And I had the pleasure of meeting her. I think I'm going to be able to add a picture at the end of this video. I really can't describe Toni Lipson. The bubbly person, the warm person that you see in her YouTube videos, you feel that when you meet her. Like, she's like the Beyonce of yarn. There's no other way to describe it. Like, she saw me. She goes, "Hi, sweetheart, look at you. You're just so radiant." She touched my arm. She took a picture with me. Her mom, Gwendolyn, she took a picture for us. Wish I would have asked to take a picture with Mama Gwendolyn, because my mom's name is also Gwendolyn. So, like, it would just make sense. But I felt like she was just there for her daughter, and I didn't want to take that moment away from her. So I didn't ask. But if she's there next year, I'm going to ask. I'm going to find her. I'm going to ask. Okay? But I got the book. I love Toni. And she signed it for me. Where'd she sign it? She signed it for me. She asked me what color Sharpie I wanted, and I said green. Yeah, I could talk all day about Toni. She's great. Like, I wanted to take her and put her in my pocket. Like, she just exudes so much warmth and, like, love and, like, happiness and just goodness. Like, she's like a warm cookie. Like, Anyway, I literally almost cried. Like, I don't know if she knew, but I almost cried. I did. I almost cried. I was so happy to see her. So, that is the end of my shopping for Rhinebeck. Advice for Rhinebeck is the next topic. If you're going to Rhinebeck, first things first, make sure you wear comfortable sneakers, because Rhinebeck is huge. And I'll show you a map, okay? So this is the map. All right. These are the ABCD buildings right here. These are the first buildings that you'll see. Okay? This is what's this right here? This is the food court area. Right in this section, there's vendors here. There's more vendors in this area. Right in here. And the barns are huge. They're not little barns. They're huge. And there was maybe I want to say 40 vendors in each barn. One of the barns, I want to say it was this one right here, has 2 floors. I didn't even get to see the second floor. I wasn't able to be there for 2 days, but I would recommend, if you want to see everything, go for 2 days because you're not gonna see it all at once. Um, just walking through this section alone took us 3 hours. Just this section alone. Like we went through this section at 1:30. We got food. No, at 1 o'clock we got food. We didn't finish eating until like 2 o'clock. Then we went back here. We only went to, I want to say, the first three barns over here. We were kind of over, me and my friend Paloma, we were kind of overwhelmed at that point. So we decided to go back because she wanted to go get some knitting needles that unfortunately she couldn't find. And I had to go back to see Tony. So, and then it was going to be like an hour before we left, and like our feet were hurting. So I wore Chucks there, which I guess is fine for most people, but I would suggest getting you some New Balances, orthopedics if you can, because when I tell you, at one point I couldn't feel my toes. Like my feet were numb by all the walking, and standing on line. Also, so that you won't get overwhelmed, come with a plan of what you're going to get. Find a project that you always wanted to make and buy according to the projects. I had a list of, hold on. Ooh. How many projects did I have listed? I had a list of 5 projects, but I only bought for 2. There was so much yarn there, you get really overwhelmed, and either you're gonna want to buy everything or you're gonna want to buy nothing because you can't choose, right? I will also say, and I know some people would say, oh, take your time, really look through. Buy what you absolutely need. Like if you know, like I'm gonna make this shawl the next month, or I'm gonna make this sweater in the next month, buy what you absolutely need when you first get there. Sorry, I'm shaking my laptop. Buy what you absolutely need when you first get there, and then as you go along, pick up other things along the way. I forgot to show you. My mom took hers, but I also got these coasters. I don't know who I got them from. Oh, yes, I do. It's called Handcrafted Drink Coasters by SweetHorseDesign.com. DesignCo.com. It's a horse. This is going to my cousin. She loves horses. It was something that her mother, my aunt, loved a lot. And so I'm going to send this to her in the mail. And I hope she likes it. She just recently moved to Virginia, so I hope she accepts it as a housewarming gift. I got one for my mom too. I'll take a picture of that one and post it at the end. It's a chicken. The reason why I got it is because my mom always had this dream of having a country kitchen with like chickens. I don't know. She wanted chicken decor in her kitchen, so I got her one. No, I'm not about to remodel my kitchen with chickens. That's just not gonna happen. We gonna get her little trinkets, and that's about it. Is there anything else that I want to say about Rhinebeck? It's a beautiful experience. If you are in the fiber arts, if you are in any type of handmade crafting, you should go to Rhinebeck. 100%. You find a way to get there. Usually local yarn stores have bus rides. I think I saw there was 1, 2, I want to say about 7 or 8 bus rides that came up there, and that was on Saturday. There's probably going to be more tomorrow. So definitely get your Heine to Rhinebeck next year. I will be there next year, um, buying yarn. Hopefully, because finding lodging in upstate New York during this season is very difficult. I remember way back in, it had to be in the summertime. I want to say around June. I emailed a bread and breakfast in Rhinebeck. And they're like, yeah, we're booked. Like, we've been booked out for months. Like, we have like a 40-person waiting list. I was like, what? So, hopefully in February, I can get my hands on a room somewhere in Rhinebeck because I want to go for 2 days. I really do. And I also want to be able to go to one of the kickoff events. Um, just because why not, you know? I did miss out on some people I wanted to buy from, like Plies and Hellhound. She was at a Friday kickoff event. Sassy Black Yarns, I couldn't see her because she was at the Friday kickoff event that I couldn't go to. Um, so yeah, definitely plan to go. It was an amazing experience, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Um, yeah. Oh, and last thing, I was really surprised, and this is why I love the yarn community. I got so many compliments on my sweater. Like, I thought because everybody has been making a hexacardi, that people would be like, oh, she made a hexacardi, that's cute. But I got stopped so many times about this hexacardi. I was overwhelmed, not because people were stopping me, but because I sometimes you kind of underestimate your talent, and it's like, oh yeah, I can do it, like I'm good, but I'm not that good. But like, people stop me, people ask to take pictures of it. um Tony Lipson touched it and said it was beautiful. Like, so if you are a beginner crafter, if you're a beginner um fiber artist, whether it's felting, crochet, knitting, keep going, keep perfecting your craft. I've been doing this since I was 10 and I'm about to be 30. So, um, and I still have a lot to learn, and I still have a lot of different techniques that I have to learn. Keep going, keep perfecting your craft, keep having fun with your craft, keep experimenting with colors. Um, being being in Rhinebeck taught me so much about just being unique and being yourself and letting your individuality speak through your art. Um, just walking through the crowd, like nobody looked the same. You know how like I'm being long winded right now, but I feel like this is important to say. Social media has told us to conform to a particular look and told us to conform to a particular style, especially if you are selling the things that you make. And being at Rhinebeck has made me want to hold on even stronger to my individuality. Um, because there's just so much uniqueness and creativity that you're stifling because like just to adhere to an algorithm, you know. um yeah, so if if you're crocheting and you're getting on YouTube and you're getting on Instagram and you're not getting hits, that's okay. Don't let the algorithm make you conform to everybody. Just keep doing you, keep being unique. That's what this creative craft is for. Uniqueness and being different and creating yourself and expressing yourself. So keep doing that. And in the words of Miss Tony Lipson, who I secretly think we cousins. I do. In the picture, you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, Happy stitching. Bye, y'all.